don't really have a terrific shot there.
Very excellent. See, I can make this go all right. So many times.
Pool players get to a place where they know obviously something is wrong, but it's not always clear exactly what it is. Is it something in the atmosphere, something they can control? Is it something in their basics? I mean, it could be a million different things. Or something behind the scenes is just bothering them. Is it their concentration? Is it something they ate? Did they get enough sleep? I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Here's the funny, Steve. You know what we'd done? We'd went, look, we'd rubbed it off and shot.
Derby City 45 here.
All right.
Look, I left this on the stick. I've been leaving a lot of shit.
Good shot.
Shot.
I knew I was forgetting something too. I just didn't know what it was. This game is an obvious train wreck and just a sloppy disaster. The question is, should you get off the table and fix something in your basics? Or is it something about your concentration and maybe I'm just not all there? And the last thing you want to do is instill a bunch of bad habits into your game that are going to be hard to break later on. but it gets ugly. And sometimes it is best to get away from the table and figure out what the hell you're doing wrong and get back on the kitchen table and work on your stroke or work on your elbow or whatever's flowing in your basic pool game. So there's an unintentional two-railer. It just highlights how sloppy this is getting. And it doesn't get much better until I shoot through it. And sometimes it's best not to get away from the table. Maybe you just need to get down and shoot through it. But you can do a lot of damage like that, so you're going to have to be careful and you're going to have to know yourself. Then we got the camera straightened up on this rack, and unfortunately it's not much better. You can tell it's a little bit better and I'm a little bit more bearing down. But I make some dumb mistakes, especially on this 3-ball here, and especially on the 8-ball, I believe it was. I got like on the 50-yard line on the 9-ball. And on this 3, there's absolutely no sense in putting any draw on this. All you want to do is stun it over in just a little bit down table. Instead, I drew it back a little bit and got on top of the floor for a really, really touchy shot. The only thing good about this shot is it offers pretty natural position on the 5. I just got to be careful with how I shoot it. And this can be a little tricky to line up, and it's coming right down table. As long as I don't get tied up with the 6, I'll be okay. And it goes okay from here until I shoot the 8-ball, and just, again, using a draw when there's no sense in drawing the ball at all, and I drew it right onto the 50-yard line and left myself really difficult on the 9-ball. So I can tell in my own eyes that my concentration is better now, but I'm still not all there yet. So it shows promise. So I keep on shooting, and I don't get away from the table. It's just a matter of bearing down and staying down. You don't want to go into a competition feeling mentally half-assed. So I've narrowed it down to a mental problem. It's not a physical problem at this point. It's just something might be eating at me. I don't remember what kind of personal or business issues were going on this day, but I'm trying. I'm fighting to gain concentration here.
There you go.
There you go. Good job, Jen. And I'm going to get what I deserve on that pretty bad amateur break there. And I have no shot on the 1-ball, no easy shot on the 1-ball. The good thing about this long bank is it offers automatic position on the 2-ball. If you hit it right, you're going to have to stun it. So from here out, it should be okay. Everything's fine until I kind of shoot the 5-ball and get a little bit weird on the 6, where I'm torn about going down to the top rail or just kind of holding up the cue ball. You'll see what I mean when we get there. Little body movement on the 3-ball, but it was straight in. All I had to do is roll up a couple inches to make a hard cut on the 4-ball. And that wasn't a great stroke either, so I'm still struggling with myself. And now we pinpointed to a physical kind of weak stroke here. So you see with this position, you're kind of torn between should I go to the top rail and bounce back up or back down table for the 8-ball, or should I just kind of hold up the cue ball and take a little bit of a cut on the 8? Roll up, but don't roll up too far. Yeah, well, it depends on your table and how fast it is. And so you gotta kind of just slow roll it. Yeah, don't do too much with the cue ball. And you don't have to be straight in on the 8. You can always come to this side of the 9 ball, which pretty much you have to do. But see how I'm below? Yeah, see I should be up right where my stick is pointing. I should be a lot straighter in on that. And I just kind of rolled the 8 ball in the pocket and took what I could get. And it wasn't a good idea. I should have steered that cue ball a little bit more and just, instead of just letting it go. So I got to come with another tough shot on the 9, and there it is. And it's getting a little bit better, but it's not great. Hopefully we can get it great by the end of the night.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's definitely a better break if I don't scratch, and everything looks good. I gotta come over to this side, left side of the table on that 2, and then we have some obstacles getting on the 5, and sometimes all you can do is just plow through the trash to get to the next ball, and that's the case. And then it's the carom line off the 2s going into the 6. So that should redirect the cue ball down table, but then we have the 7 and the 8 sitting there. So sometimes it's just brute force to get through. And we'll get rid of the 7 just as a bonus. So this is just another 2-rail arm back out on the 6. And I have to spin it a little bit. And that's a much better stroke. And good. You should shoot this in the side. And don't hit it too hard. Triangle's coming back up on the 8, and this looks good. All I have to do is go into the route. I need to stun this cue ball so it don't go further down table. And down I roll it again and get a little wonky on the 9 again. But my stroke is looking a lot better, and you can tell my concentration is back in the game.